My name is Margaret Collins. I am 72 years old, and on Mother's Day, while the world celebrated mothers with flowers, phone calls, and laughter, I learned something that changed me forever. My children loved the idea of me, but not me. Mother's Day morning arrived quietly. No alarm, no rushing, no voices calling out from the hallway. Just the slow tick of the kitchen clock and the distant hum of traffic outside my window. I woke up before sunrise, the way I always did. Years of habit never leave you, even when there's no one left to wake up for. I sat on the edge of my bed and listened. Nothing. No footsteps, no laughter, no smell of coffee brewing by someone else's hands. I stood up slowly, joints stiff, and walked to the bathroom. The mirror reflected a woman with soft gray hair, tired eyes, and a face that carried decades of love and disappointment. "Happy Mother's Day," I said to my reflection. The words sounded strange in an empty room. I had prepared. Of course I had. I always prepared. The night before, I had laid out my clothes carefully, a light blue blouse and a simple cardigan. Nothing fancy, just neat, respectable, the kind of outfit you wear when you hope someone might come visit. I set the dining table for one. A small vase with daisies I bought myself from the grocery store down the street. The cashier had smiled and said, "These are beautiful. For your kids?" I smiled back and said, "Yes." Lies come easily when you've practiced them long enough. At exactly 9 a.m., I made coffee. At 9:30, I checked my phone. No messages. At 10, I checked again. Still nothing. I told myself not to be silly. People were busy. They had lives, children, jobs. I had once taught them to prioritize others. Maybe I had taught them too well. By noon, my phone finally buzzed. My heart jumped, but it wasn't a call.
From Rachel. "Mom, I can't see your Facebook anymore. Are you okay?" I stared at the screen. She noticed my absence online before my absence in her life. That's when I knew. They didn't miss me. They missed access. They missed convenience. They missed the version of me that existed for them. I didn't reply. Instead, I did something I hadn't done in years. I chose myself. That week, I went through my paperwork. Documents I had kept neatly organized for decades. Bank accounts, investments, shares my late husband left me from his construction company. Small percentages that had quietly grown over the years. Money I never touched. Money they didn't know about. Nearly $300,000. I smiled for the first time in a long while. I visited the cemetery. Sat beside my husband's grave. "They don't need me anymore," I said softly. And I think that's okay. The wind moved through the trees. I felt lighter. That night, I booked a one-way ticket. Not out of anger, out of clarity. Florida, a small coastal town. Sun, space, silence. Freedom. I packed slowly, carefully. Not everything, just what mattered. Photos, letters, a life. 3 weeks later, Rachel finally called. Voicemail. "Mom, please call me back. I'm worried." I deleted it. David called next day. I let it ring. They were feeling it now. The silence, the uncertainty, the same ones they fed me for years. On the morning I left, I locked my door and looked back at the house. So many memories, so much giving. I didn't feel sad.
It was Facebook, a notification. I tapped the screen, already smiling, and then I saw it. A post from my daughter, Rachel. A photo from years ago, me sitting on a park bench, holding both of her children on my lap. I remembered that day clearly. It was cold, my back hurt, but I smiled anyway. The caption read, "Happy Mother's Day to the best mom ever. We are so blessed to have you." Hundreds of likes. Comments poured in. "You're such an amazing daughter. Your mom raised you right. Family goals." My smile faded. Rachel hadn't called me in 6 months. Not once. I scrolled. Another notification. My son, David, had shared the post. "Love you, Mom." Love. Typed in 8 seconds. Costing nothing. I waited. Minutes passed. No call, no text, no knock on the door. I set the phone down on the table and stared at it like it might explain itself. For years, I had defended them. They're busy, they don't mean it, they'll come around. But on that day, something inside me shifted. Not anger, not yet. Something colder. Awareness. I ate lunch alone, soup from a can, toast slightly burned. I remembered other Mother's Days. Rachel bringing me breakfast in bed when she was 8, toast crumbs everywhere, butter melting into the sheets. David handing me a card he made himself, spelling mother wrong. I remembered laughter. I remembered purpose. And I remembered when it slowly disappeared. The visits became shorter. The calls became rushed. Eventually, I was the one calling. Then even that stopped. That afternoon, I watched families walk past my window, children holding flowers, sons carrying gift bags, daughters laughing. No one came for me, but my phone kept buzzing. Likes, comments, strangers celebrating a motherhood that my own children had abandoned. By evening, something inside me snapped. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. I opened my laptop. I went to Rachel's profile, scrolled through years of posts, pictures of her kids, vacations, birthday parties, and there I was, appearing every few months like a decoration, a prop, proof that she was a good daughter. I unfriended her. 1 click. Then David. 1 more click. No message, no explanation, just gone. That night, I didn't cry. That surprised me. I sat at the kitchen table long after dinner, listening to the hum of the refrigerator. I thought about the woman I used to be. I was 26 when my husband first disappointed me, 34 when he first left, 36 when he came back, broken and apologetic, 42 when he died suddenly, leaving me with 2 children and a mountain of responsibility. I worked 2 jobs. I missed sleep. I missed youth. I never missed their school plays. I never missed their illnesses. I never missed them. I paid for Rachel's college, helped David start his business, babysat for free, cooked, cleaned, smiled, and slowly, without realizing it, I became invisible. Useful, but invisible. 2 days passed, still no call, no text, until an email arrived.
I felt finished. As the plane lifted into the sky, I closed my eyes. Mother's Day had ended my family, but it had saved me.